Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today, powers and exploring their potentially hidden depths. Today we're looking at one of the newer mutants out there, Pixie. She debuted in Academy X number 5 in 2004 and started off as essentially a bit of a background character but would move more and more into prominence. And now she is a fully recognizable member of the X-Men. I'm Sasha and we're counting down the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Pixie, aka Megan Gwynn, had. Of course, as always with the caveat, if you're living outside of Pixie's apartment, you may know all of these. But hopefully some may surprise you. Let's get started. Number 10, wings appearance. So Pixie's wings are one of the most iconic things about her look, and they have changed over time. At the start they were drawn as butterfly wings, bright and insectoid. As time went on, while still maintaining that insectoid style theme, they became more translucent, more like dragonfly wings, with an iridescence that people associate with fairies. And that has largely been the look since then, with some variations. But what is the in-canon explanation for why her wings have changed? Well, it is casually explained that it has to do with her mental state. That affects how they present themselves. But the variations now tend to be between darker and brighter wings. They don't return to their butterfly state. There was also a memorable dragon-winged version, leather. It's a cute addition that allows artists to get pretty creative with their renditions of her. This means she can be depicted in multiple ways. Number 9, hallucinogenic dust. So Pixie can produce a dust that when inhaled by her victims causes hallucinations. In the case of the 616 verse, given her general nature, the hallucinations are fairly pleasant. I mean, for hallucinations. People see teddy bears and unicorns, and even if they're attacking you, I mean, it's nice from them being attacked by something scary, I guess. Pixie claims she can't tell what her victims see. She also plays fast and loose with her powers, such as by drugging the audience at Dazzler's concerts to ensure that they have a fun time. Cause who doesn't love being drugged without their consent and all the fun things that can lead to? This is never addressed really, by the way. It's just, oh, how quirky and fun. Why are people terrified of mutants again? Number 8, Age of X. Speaking of terrifying uses of hallucinogenic dust, in the Age of X timeline, Pixie goes by the name Nightmare, and her hallucinations are horrifying. That's the type of person she is there. Also, she doesn't need her dust to be inhaled. It can be effective through skin contact, which is of course terrifying. One light touch and you're essentially in scarecrow hell. Number 7, ultimate teleportation. Now, one of the things Pixie is known for is her ability to teleport, but it varies from universe to universe. So for this version of teleportation, we're looking at the 1610 universe, the ultimate universe. And here, teleportation is an innate ability of hers, not something magical. We'll get to that later. The thing is, using her powers here causes a natural high, so the more she does it, the higher she gets. But thankfully she can't just do it ad nauseum. She needs to recharge after each use, otherwise I don't know, OD by teleportation? Number 6, innate magical ability. Now in the 616, Pixie has an innate magical ability that is at least partially tied to her time in limbo and missing pieces of her soul. Taken by magic, Colossus' sister, it was a whole arc. However, her magical talents are quite potent and powerful, even with how young she is. She has been offered a chance to train with Doctor Strange when she comes of age, and it is said that she could be the next Sorcerer Supreme. Sorceress Supreme. And she'd have wings! Come on, it would be a cool look. Number 5, detect the supernatural. Because of the missing pieces of her soul, which have largely been filled in with dark magic, she can detect the presence of supernatural beings. Spells. She describes it as a compass or a needle, darkness drawn to darkness. This has proved quite useful to her teammates, as darkness is often cloaked and of course using spells, as you would. Number 4, soul dagger. With her time in limbo and spells surrounding it being incomplete, not only are pieces of her soul missing, but she can summon a soul dagger, instead of magic being able to summon a soul sword. They needed this dagger, by the way. This dagger is particularly effective against magical constructs and magical beings, but it can also have an effect on regular objects and creatures as well. For example, she stabbed Nightcrawler with it. And why was that? Well, here's the thing, the more Pixie uses the soul dagger, the darker and more aggressive it makes her personality, and she can end up being very dangerous. It was when Nightcrawler pointed this out that in an angry bid to prove him wrong, she drew the dagger, but then ended up stabbing him. Despite this, she still uses it regularly, seemingly more able to keep it in control now that she's aware of it. Or, perhaps enjoying it. Number 3, SIHAL, NOVARUM, CHINOTH. This is the spell that Pixie uses to teleport. That's right, in the 616, Pixie, as mentioned, uses magic to teleport. She learned this spell while she was in limbo from Darkchild. So again, fun fact, she couldn't teleport when she first appeared. All of this would be happening at the same time. Pixie getting the soul dagger, the dark magic sliding into her soul, learning how to teleport. all of this granting her further magical proficiency. Pixie can teleport herself and others vast distances, and indeed her abilities are so advanced that they made Nightcrawler feel insecure and actually question his place on the team. I mean, since if he wasn't good for teleportation, what good was he? Nowadays, she is so known for this ability, most just assume it is innate. In fact, some know her for that more than for her drug dust. Number 2, sleeping spell. One of the spells that Pixie was able to master quite quickly and hence prove how much natural ability she had was a sleeping spell she learned from Scarlet Witch. It's kinda cheesy, but Mist of Morpheus, go! Or marvelous sleeping powder. And finally, in at number 1, we have another ultimate ability, and it's telepathic immunity. As mentioned, this is again from the Ultimate Universe 1610. Here she was naturally resistant to telepathy. Why? Why is anyone naturally resistant to telepathy? With rare exceptions, there's often not a concrete explanation. It just falls more into her power set. It makes it hard for telepaths to latch onto her. Though I could see not being able to read them while teleporting. But it would make more sense in the 616s of all the magic, but this was the Ultimate verse, her abilities were innate. Either way, in the main verse that isn't too much of a thing, but who knows, it could be. You never know when telepathic immunity will rear its ugly head. I'm Sasha, and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Did you know all of these abilities? Let me know down below. And while you're down there, of course, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications so that you never miss a vid. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.